Wow, look at him go. That is insane. Oh no, of course he top decks that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh, okay. Let's throw RNGesus. Let's go. Boom! Got him. Hello everyone, it's the Grey Goose, and on today's random daily deck tech Red Thursday, we drew up the colors of Mardu, and since I'm happening to be making this video after midnight, it's still technically Wednesday before the daily reset at 4 a.m. my time. So I decided to make a Brawl deck tech, and we went with Kaalia, Zine the Seeker. You like angels? You like demons? You like dragons? You'll have a fun time with this. So let me get into the deck tech real quick, and then we'll get straight to the gameplay. Okay, so for the Kaalia Brawl deck, we have quite a smattering here, obviously, of the angels, demons, and or dragons in our deck. Pretty much all of our creatures are of those types because we want to be able to draw them. We're heavy on the low to the ground removal spells, with a lot of value, and we want to be using Kaalia basically just as a draw engine to get our big creatures to finish out the match. So it's more of controlling in the beginning and then closing it out with big scary boys. Crashing Drawbridge gives our creatures haste, which is great. Little blocker too. Epic Downfall, that's good for exiling things that are 3 mana cost or greater. You got a Reeve Soul, destroy target creature with power 3 or less. A lot of the creature commanders are power 3 or less. Think Golos, think Krenko, think Kaikar. Not to mention there's plenty of other creatures out there worth destroying, but it is a sorcery worth noting. Lava Coil, this does 4 damage to any creature, obviously exiling, very good for a relatively low mana cost. Despark is good against those big things you're going to see. Fires of Invention, massive planeswalkers, like if you see a Nissa, etc. Final Payment, so just for a 2 CMC instant to destroy any creature or enchantment, that seems really good, but you either have to sacrifice one of your creatures or pay 5 life. So it really is a costly spell in one way or the other, but sometimes you do what you got to do to make sure you don't lose. Arcane Signet, this is just good ramp. Tome of Legends, this is your card draw engine if you happen to land it. It's kind of a slow one, but it's nice when it works. Embodiment of Agonies, pretty useless at the beginning, but he's one of our relatively low costing cards, so that's worth noting. I've seen him get up to an 8/8 by the end of the match though, pretty crazy, but he is a 3 CMC, so certain cards do work against him, unfortunately. Think Ritual of Suit, etc. Feather the Redeemed, you might be thinking, oh yay, Feather, but really we're really just using her because of the Flying Angel 3/4 body. We don't really have any spells that will interact to get value off her claws, so Mortify, this is good, obviously. Creature enchantment, instant removal. Bedevil, creature, artifact, or planeswalker instant removal. This is one of your few options you have in the deck to get rid of a planeswalker right away, so you got to use it wisely. Deafening Clarion, this is one of your only sweepers, and it's one of your only options to gain lifelink. Unfortunately, it kills your Kaalia, but sometimes you got to get rid of all the riffraff down there, not to mention with your big boy still on the board, you can use it as a clear and a massive life gaining swing. Chromatic Lantern, this is always good in these type of formats, just mana fixing at its easiest form. Mana Geode, more ramp, more mana fixing. Spinning Wheel, more ramp, more mana fixing. Spawn of Mayhem, another good flyer. He happens to be a demon also, and you can sometimes just cast him for 3 CMC. Not to mention he starts pinging down over time, and if you have 10 or less life, he starts getting to be a real big boy. Opportunistic Dragon, he only has 3 toughness 2, 4/3 flying for 4 CMC, so that's not that great, but you can sometimes remove an artifact or something which is really annoying for an opponent. And he's a dragon, so he synergizes with Kaalia. Seraph of the Scales, she's kind of a sticky one. Another 3 toughness. Wow, I have more 3 toughness than I remember. But the Vigilance, the Death Touch, and the Afterlife are pretty sweet. Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. She's a pretty big bully if you have a partner on the board, especially because the turn she comes into play, she obviously won't be able to attack generally, but she can put the +2 trample and vigilance on someone else too, so that's pretty nice. Plus, with the Mentor, she can buff up your smaller guys. Price of Fame, This is nice when you go up against a creature commander because it's an instant removal for 2 CMC. But otherwise, sometimes you just cast it for the full 4 and you get to surveil, which is really nice when you need to fix your lands or just gain that extra ramp you need or whatever. Ritual of Suit, board wipe. Firemind Vessel, this is really good for pushing you to that late game, but playing 4 for a tapped 2 mana of any colors is costly, and it's a pretty critical turn that you have to decide to spend that on. Angel of Grace. So this is one of your get out of jail free cards. Plus it's cool with the flash. You can kind of surprise your opponent. Say they have a planeswalker and you haven't been able to remove them. Well, you wait till the end step, you flash this in, and then you're doing 5 damage next turn with evasive. So that's pretty cool. Not to mention you can save it to get out of jail for a lethal attack. And from your graveyard, if you happen to have 6 CMC, the opponent always has to know that your life total can become 10 at any time. Sarah Angel, this is pretty good overall. Has vigilance on it by itself. 4/4 beater, blocker, just good. Doom Whisperer, yeah. So with the flying and the trample, this guy is someone that they generally have to remove really quickly. Not to mention if you happen to still be at a pretty high life total, he can fix your next few draws quite easily. Skargan Hellkite, really flexible creature. He can come in with the haste, and not to mention with the flying, he's evasive, or you can kind of hold back just a little bit with that +1/+1 counter, and then you can start pinging things down if you need to. Sarah's Guardian, this is just a buffed up version of Sarah's Angel essentially. It's got 1 more power, 1 more toughness, and it has vigilance by itself of course, but it gives your other creatures vigilance, which is really powerful. Rakdos the Showstopper. So this guy is kind of interesting. 6/6, so pretty good damage, pretty good toughness, and he's got the trample. But we have quite a few demons in our deck, but the rest are angels or dragons. So you want to be careful when you use him because you can end up destroying some of your guys. But in a clutch moment, or if you have no one else on the board and you throw him down, you might get a free board wipe out of him. You never know. Play the lottery. Realm Cloak Giant, this is one of our only other board clears. Plus it's a 7/7 vigilance. Sweet. Safara Skyblade, this is one of our only other forms of gaining life. Not to mention if she comes down, all your other creatures have indestructible. I've seen it's pretty rare to have 4 flyers down, so you won't generally get her for the 1 mana cost, but if you do, that's pretty cool. Dracuseth, Maw of Flames, basically just your strongest card in the deck, you know, especially if you get to haste him out with something like the Crashing Drawbridge. He's just dealing so much damage. They have to answer that ASAP or GG. Villas Broker of Blood. He's someone that's the hardest to cast in the deck, but in a clutch situation, he can start drawing you cards to try and just eke out that last card you need to win a match. Not to mention, you can, if you have a high life total, you can start to just slowly -1/-1 any creature on their side of the board and just kill them at instant speed. For lands here we have 26. I think that's a pretty good amount, especially with the different sort of ramp options and color fixings. We have some shocks, we have some temples with the scry, we have some life gain lands. Fabled Passage, Evolving Wild, Command Tower just help fix even further. Alright, we're going up against Krenko. Interesting. And in fact, since I have this targeted removal, I might keep this hand. I know I have a few sweepers in the deck, but it's not nearly enough. There's one of them, but I have to get up to the point to being able to cast him, obviously. So I imagine he's going to be slightly more aggro than anything. Alright, Thrill of Possibility. I don't have anything to CMC to come down and kill him, so I'm going to play this slow land, and then starting next turn... Oh, interesting. Yeah, once again, I think, I don't know, do I want to attempt to get out Kaalia here and start drawing a card or two? I think that's actually okay. Yeah. This is okay. I have a full slab of hand, yeah. Do I want her though? She's got the lifelink, so I think yes. And then I can put something like the Villas back. He's just... I mean, he's 8 to cast. This is 7, but he technically could come in for 1. But the fact that he has a lifelink, I think, might be worth noting here. He might be saving for a haste turn, right? So let me go ahead and attack. But if he puts Krenko down with the hopes of hasting, I have to keep this Mortify ready. So we're just gonna hold. Soul Ringleader. So, how much you want to bet? He's gonna put haste on him, right? And maybe like a +2/+1. Yeah, so it gains haste. So he used the mana to do that. Does he have one more card to pump him up is the question. So we're moving to attack phase. So I don't want him to tap. So I have to kill him first. I was hoping he'd buff him up first, but it doesn't look like it. So now he's up to costing 5. How do we want to do this though, right? It's good to have this Realm Cloak Giant. I'm gonna swing in. I'm gonna put Seraph of the Scales down. Yeah, I can start getting damage in here and there, and even if somehow he comes down and what's he doing? Is he gonna haste him? No. Targeted removal I do not have. All right, I'm not scared of him yet because I have this board wipe. We'll go ahead and put this down, and we're looking at a really good end of the match here. Oh, land, and it's a slow land. I don't think I need it, especially with the mana geode here. Alright, so you want to get the Tomb of Legends down and then attack with your commander, because then you get a free, whatchamacallit. Do I attack with both? Here's the question. I think I do not. Well, Vigilance. Well, I guess I can't cast it because we're in the attack phase now. That would have been better, because I could have attacked and blocked. We'll hold back. I really don't want to take any sort of massive random damage. But yeah, you want to activate the Vigilance before you tap to attack, which apparently you can't do when you're declaring attackers. So I will be able to draw a card. So he's going to try and buff the crap out of him. I don't know. He has to buff him quite a ways to get out of the 4 range, because I don't want to take a lot of crazy damage here. All right. So speaking of crazy damage, this board wipe's going to be pretty epic here. He's going to swing in. He's just going to be a 2/3, correct? All right. So now he's getting bigger. So I'm just going to sacrifice Seraph of the Scales. It was a good idea to have him hold back. So yeah, pass, block. Alright, so she dies. But I get 3 for 5 in the air next turn before the board wipe. And he's just starting to tickle me. We're getting rid of his Torbrand, which obviously he only has one of. We'll go ahead and we'll draw our card here. Sarah Angel, whatever. The haste is nice. So let's go ahead and smash. We get another page. And then this is looking pretty devastating here. Let's go command. Ooh, that's loud. And we can put the Crashing Drawbridge down, right? I could have saved all that to tap and pay 1 for a card draw, but the haste is more relevant. Much more relevant. Yeah. In fact, this is just going to be disgusting. So we have tons of red and a few white. Let's get a black just in case here. Let's put our boy down. Woo! Okay, that's a finish. Okay. Well, this is going to be a spicy match against Mr. Moose Bumps here, Ashiok. Unfortunately, this deck here does not have a ton of Planeswalker removal. It's mostly creature based. It makes me want to put in a Murderous Rider, honestly. I probably should. We're on the play. We have some ramp. We're low on creatures, but that's okay. That's what Kaalia is for. Let's play the slow land first. Next turn we go for ramp. Alright, yep. So he's just going all in on the put stuff in grave mechanic for the Ashiok Exile. Our guys are nice and evasive though. They're almost all flyers. Yeah. We're going for the ramp here. Alright, so he still cannot play Ashiok quite yet. Although he's getting to the point with this deck where he's getting the ability to start countering a ton of cards. And with the black too, destroying things, that's all it is. It's just controlling hard while ruining your deck with the Ashiok. So, we can go ahead and get the Kaalia down, and I think that's going to be the play. Because he needs to answer it basically. Alright, it's just one, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and get the slow land in. So if he Ashioks, he can still get off technically 2 procs with it at this point. Although I could Skargan next turn for haste if he goes all in with the Ashiok here. Which he might. He's hovering it. He's thinking. Are you greeting for that total of 6 exile? Huh? Alright, so multicolor. I don't think I would have chose that if I were him. Not to mention, so the question here becomes, he wants to put the Ashiok down, obviously. I think I'm going to go ahead and Price of Fame. This gets him out of the way. Gets him out of the way so I can attack, plus it lets me surveil. We're pretty good on lands, it looks like. This is a flash flyer, that's important. And also more ramp. Actually, I think I'll keep both. Those are good cards. We'll go ahead and slow tap this guy in. So let's start dealing damage. He has vigilance anyways, doesn't matter. She has vigilance, sorry. Let's be gender correct. So it looks like he's just going to pass the turn. Why would he do this? Does he have 2 damage deal? What is he doing? Can he get it back from the grave? What am I missing here? Okay, so he wants to counter, in other words. Command tower, so good. We go ahead and we attack, and because of flash, I'm just going to hold back. Oh, yes, I am. Does he have card draw? Yeah, so 3, 6. We have 6. We're just holding back. I'm sure he has like maybe a Chemister's Insight or something. Alright, so he's just destroying. Do I surprise him? I think I just go ahead and get on in. This means he has to answer this, or else his Ashiok's basically ruined again. Skargan Hellkite about to come down if he taps out. This looks good to me. So he doesn't have vigilance, but whatever. Let's see what he's got. Is he gonna do something about him? Instant speed? No? Yes? No? No? Let's go ahead and act like we want to ramp, like it matters. Does it matter? 3, 6, 7. This is down to 4, but up to 5. Okay. So this would allow me to still play the boy. Does he counter it? No. We're actually pretty good on lands, all things considered. So I can have either of these countered, it looks like, right? And I think the answer is going to have to be... I don't want to use nothing. I want to burn through his things. So it's going to be Skargan. Because Kaalia, even though she's weaker, she gets me more cards back. So I want to be able to play Kaalia if I have to choose. Ashiok's trying to get to the point here. Wow. Where I was going to say can play Ashiok and counter. So this is going to be a massive exiling when it happens. But with the black, right? Black. Each creature that isn't even double or imp. So that could technically destroy my angel, which I do not want to have happen here. Dracuseth is amazing. So let's go to attack. Hey, it worked. So Ashiok, you can exile my deck, but if I have a Dracu set down and you don't answer it, ooh. Alright, so it's answered. Kaalia coming down. You ready? Is it Kaalia though? I don't know. I guess, right? Kaalia, and then I could still Lava Coil here. Let's go. Safara seems good. Let's Meteor Golem. Just get him out of the way, because why not? We have the mana to cast. So, we're looking at almost lethal. So Rakdos is kind of like a ghetto board wipe that's not really good. He's just intimidating more than anything. So what is he trying to do here? Just Bond of Insight to find an answer? 2 instant and or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. So Murder can do something. Alright. And then what's this? Power 2 or less, so it's Surveil, obviously. Alright. So down to 6. Seems good. I don't want to exile, obviously. Doom Whisper seems good. The Rakdos, yeah. I like this because other get indestructible, but I think the answer is to play him first. Definitely looking at lethal here. So once again, he can try and exile and stuff, but that might be too slow. He probably has single target removal here in one way or the other. I can definitely Surveil though till the end of time with Doom Whisper to find what I need to close the game out though, I think at this point. It's 2 life to Surveil 2, and I'm at 26. He's looking at all the things here. He's looking at my graveyard real hard. Command the Dreadhorde? I mean, if you do that, you are so like close to dead. I think it's... No, he wouldn't have Command the Dreadhorde, would he? That wouldn't make sense in his deck. But he's really looking at my graveyard for some reason. Okay. Let's just start surveilling. He doesn't have any artifacts, so... I don't know. Do I want him? Another body on the board, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine enough. Let me go ahead and surveil one more time, just because I can. Feather. Yeah, okay. Well, 2 bodies on the board. Alright. So, Safara's either going to get countered, or my stuff's going to get blown up before she even hits the board. You ready? So my stuff's either going to die, or she's going to be countered, or both. 7 mana. So there's a counter. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely has enough here to kill one of my dudes. Right? So I go to attack, and then he goes to kill something. But even if he kills the Doom Whisper, which he's gonna... Oh my gosh, he's going down to 1. Look at that. So I can surveil, but you know what's going to happen, right? Yeah, that looks good. You know what's going to happen, right? Ashiok next turn, just to get one in and give it to me. Down to 1. All right. I wish I had a Hasty Boy. That would be really nice. But I think he has to get the Ashiok down no matter what this turn. Creature to the battlefield. The only creature he really has is the Overwhelmed Apprentice, and that's not going to do anything here. Alright, so we win. He tried. The Bedell is going to clear the way for my boy. Okay. GG Ashiok. You're usually more oppressive than this with counters, but it was still a good match. Alrighty guys, so we have another match coming right up, but I just want to invite you, if you're new to the channel, consider liking or subscribing. If you enjoy seeing these random daily deck tech videos, I make one every day. Catch you guys tomorrow. Alright, we're going up against Lo, who is piloting Chandra. the Acolyte of Flame. As much as I like a Realm Cloak Giant, it might be just a little bit too slow here. And not to mention it doesn't take care of said Chandra, and Villas is so high cost. But I think I'm going to be greedy because of the mana geode alone. Yeah. We'll gain 1 life because we're going to need it. This is going to be a full-on aggro deck. Somewhere in there, there's a Torbrand. You can bet your bottom dollar. That's annoying to have. Turn basically 1. That's really annoying. Thanks for stealing my Mortify, dude. Alright, I have nothing to. Okay. I can bedove. No, I need a black. So mana geode. But mana geode. Yeah. So here comes the damage. Starts to be peppered in. The Robber of the Rich there was super duper 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 clutch. That time he only got a land. Good for us, I guess. We'll go ahead and put in a red with a mana geode. So, taking more damage. Oh, we know he's gonna steal it, so he can't use it. There we go. There we go. And we're gonna be able to bedevil him. If I put Kaalia down, we know he's just gonna have something in hand to zap her. I need to get rid of this Robber of the Rich. And then the following turn... Actually, I'm getting rid of the Chandra. And then the following turn, Realm Cloak Giant. Yeah, we're going to take the damage. I don't want him gaining all those cards. There we go. So, looking to only, hopefully... Wait a minute. 3, 4, 5. Yep. Let's get rid of him right now. Right now. This is going to be an easy Realm Cloak Giant, I presume. The risk factor is unfortunate because that's 8 damage. We can give him a card draw, but I really don't want to. Sarah's Guardian. Right up the stage. So he's looking for a land, I think. Land plus... Alright. Ooh, that's good. That's our lifelink, though. I think we're going to save that. Yeah. Because this is going to work either way. He has super small creatures. So let's just wipe him. No more of that damage and no more ramp from him. He did not hit a land there, I think, which is pretty clutch. Although he might have finally landed one right there. Wow, look at him go. That is insane. Oh no, of course he top decks that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh, okay. Let's throw RNGesus. Let's go. Boom! Got him. Got him. Show stopped. Although with the risk factor and stuff, we're still a little bit spooked. But if he survives and we deafening Clarion with the lifelink, ooh, ooh, ooh. That's how you Rakdos the showstopper. Yes, it is. Not to mention, I could, alright. Down to 6. I don't want him getting the card draw here. I can't. Can't. He is running out of cards, and he wants to use it all. Ooh, you ready for a concede, guys? Here we go. Wham. Alright, let's draw some cards and get a blocker down. There we go. Not the best, but could be worse. We're up to 12. He's down to 3 cards, and we know which one of these is. That would cost him 5 his whole turn. Not looking good for him. Yep, okay. So we have a 6/6 just chilling. 3, 6. Oh yeah, that's right. He's got fires, so... Okay. Well, pretty quickly, this is not going to be enough for you, fam. Not going to be enough. Flying Vigilance, Vigilance. Oh, look at that. I do like that. I don't want to shock in a land, otherwise I play the Arcane Signet. There we go. And now that costs 7, 3 for 5. Yep. He won't be able to play it no matter what. I think we won. We out-survived him because of Rakdos the Showstopper. What a boss. What a boss. Good thing Torbrand is not a human. He's just a subhuman. He's a dwarf. Oh man, 3, 6, 7. We could Realm Cloak Giant. Yeah. Not looking good for him. Alright, so he's seeing if he can just barely reach us, right? Just barely reach. Just barely. Let's go into attack. Looking spooksy. Or... yeah, I don't want to play the Spawn of Mayhem. I don't want to take any chances, really. So no matter what he does, he's not pushing through with attackers, I don't think, here. He's just hoping for having 7 from hand. Technically, he could have like a risk factor and a lightning strike, I guess. But what are the odds, right? What are the odds? Oh my god. Is he gonna bring a spell back? Nope. Alright. They're so cute. They're so cute. Is that just it? Is that all you got? Fires of Invention, you got one more spell. Yep. Good job.